Sometimes a relationship doesn't fall apart loudly. Sometimes it wears you down in silence, not with insults, not with violence, but with something worse: control disguised as care. Let's get this straight. Emotional abuse doesn't always look obvious, but if you're starting to feel like a shadow of the man you used to be, you need to pay attention. Here's how it usually starts. You begin to question yourself more than you used to. You doubt your words. You second-guess your memory. And somehow, even when she's wrong, you're the one apologizing. This isn't just miscommunication. It's manipulation. One of the first signs? You don't feel like yourself anymore. Around her, you're careful. Too careful. You avoid certain topics. You try not to trigger her mood. You even text slower, filter your jokes, and tiptoe through your own thoughts. And if you've caught yourself doing that around other people too, it's already gotten deep. You're not relaxed. You're not at ease. You're not you. That's not peacekeeping. That's fear in disguise. And fear has no place in real love. Another tactic? She makes you feel like you're always the one to blame. If she gets angry, it's your fault. If she cheats, it's because you weren't giving her enough attention. If she shuts down, you must have caused it. Even when she crosses the line, somehow you carry the guilt. You might start saying sorry just to end the fight, even when you did nothing wrong. And over time, that guilt becomes your default. You carry it everywhere. It chips away at your confidence, quietly, steadily. And that's the goal: control through shame. Maybe you've noticed this too. Her affection only shows up when you're behaving right. She's cold, distant, unkind, until you do something she likes. Then she's warm again, loving, maybe even intimate. But the moment you disagree, speak up, or challenge her, she withdraws. No touch, no words, no softness, just silence. It's not love, it's training. She's teaching you to perform, not connect. Real love doesn't disappear when you set boundaries. It doesn't shut down when you express pain. If her affection feels like a reward system, you're not her partner. You're under control. Worst part? You start to lose your reflection. Before her, maybe you were confident, grounded, sharp. Now, you barely recognize yourself. It didn't happen overnight. It was subtle. A few cutting jokes, a comparison here and there. You used to be more attractive. Other guys would have done more for me. She rewrites the story, and you start to question your own version of reality. And when you can't trust yourself, guess whose version you'll start believing? Hers. That's how emotional abuse works. Not with force, but with confusion. The more unsure you feel, the more control she has. So what do? First, stop blaming yourself. You're not weak for ending up here. You're human. These patterns are slow, sneaky, and designed to be invisible until they've already settled in. But now you see them. And that awareness is your first weapon. Start by calling it what it is: abuse. Not drama, not a rough patch. Abuse. Document what's happening, not to get revenge, but to clear your own mind. When you see the pattern on paper, the illusion breaks. Rebuild your voice. Rebuild your boundaries. And mean them. If she crosses a line, walk. Don't beg. Don't explain. Just leave the conversation. Every time. No emotion, No show, just discipline. And don't isolate yourself. Talk to people you trust. Men who remind you who you really are. You are not crazy. You are not overreacting. You're waking up. And if you need help, get it. This isn't something you need to fight alone. Talk to someone who understands this kind of psychological game, because once you see the pattern, you can beat it. Final word, brother. If you feel like you're always the problem, if her love feels like a test, if your strength has started to feel like silence, then it's time to stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "Why am I still here?" You're not here to be controlled. You're here to lead your own life, with power, with clarity, and with peace.